Hey, hi there. Good to see you guys today. Welcome to this YouTube video. Today, we're going to be talking about long distance relationships. It's been a long time coming, eh? Long distance relationships. And what makes this so important is because I've been getting so many messages about doing a video or talking about long distance relationships. So I'm taking this time to, deal with it and to talk about it. But before I go on, hey, if you have not subscribed, I know some of you find it hard to sign in or whatever is required for you to subscribe, but please subscribe to the channel. It helps us know that people are being blessed by what we do. So that is the feedback you can give us. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification. That's that bell, that red bell there. Click it so that you will know when we post something, and then make comments. That helps us, get some feedback that what we're doing is adding value. So please subscribe to the channel. And again, hey, if you're not yet subscribed to my wife's channel, Mildred Kingsley Okonkwo, you will do well to also do that. She's amazing. That's why I married her. All right. So please subscribe to our channel. Then we also have a channel too that has a lot of our classic relationship teachings titled the channel name is LDM with PK. All right. We want you to also subscribe to that so that you can just get loads and loads of our content. And we have a lot of interesting things prepared for you. Okay. Long distance relationships. Is it a no or is it a yes? Well, the truth is that long distance relationships, for me, I'm not such a big fan. Now, this doesn't mean it doesn't work. This doesn't mean there are not people doing it well. Of course, there are people doing it well, but it's tough. I have two reasons why I'm not such a big fan. I'm not a big fan, and there are two reasons why. Number one, it's not really the concept or design of relationship and marriage, from the set go. The reason is because marriage or relationship is meant for proximity. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, it says, how can we be warm? How can one be warm if he lies alone? He said, but when we lie together, we can both get heat. If one falls down, how would the other, if one falls down, he has the other to lift him up. In other words, I'm just trying to show you that the whole concept of marriage is that we will be together. We can't have kids apart. We need to be together. It's difficult to raise children. Even when you're together, it's difficult. So imagine one person having to stay with the kids and all that. Relationships on its own is even challenging. So imagine the impact of distance to it. So I tell people avoid long distance relationships as much as you can. All right. So that's the first reason, because it goes against the original design. The second reason why I'm not such a big fan of it is that not many people can handle it. All right. Not many people can handle it. It's just a small number of people that can handle long distance relationships well. Why? The reason is simple. We have what we call love languages. My great mentor, Gary Chapman, is the one that taught the whole world about love languages, and it's based on the fact that there are 5 major love languages. I have videos that will explain this thing so you can get it. There are 5 major love languages. One of them is acts of service. There's somebody doing things for you. Love language is just how you receive or give love. Okay, the language that you understand love to be. So one of these acts of service, that's somebody doing things for you, arranging your clothes for you, filling a form for you, doing things for you that make your life easier. Second one is quality time. Quality time is somebody spending time with you. That's how you see love, when they spend time with you. Another one is gifts. People buying you things, or it mustn't be expensive gifts. All right. Fourth one is non-sexual touch. And the fifth one is words of affirmation. Now, if you notice in these 5 things, some of them can be done from a distance. For instance, words of affirmation. I can do it. If that's your love language, it's easy for you if you're in a distance relationship, because your partner can give you those words of affirmation. That's compliments and appreciation by words. I can do it over a distance. If your love language is gifts, for instance, I can be in another country and send you gifts in your country. That will even be romantic. But once you're among those that your top love language or languages are things like as in touch, physical touch. This is not sex now, this is just touching. People like hugging, holding, things like that. If that's your love language, then distance becomes a problem for you. This means that when your partner is not around, you're going to feel it. And if somebody else provides that hugging and touching and holding hands, there's a problem. Again, if your love language is quality time, this person is away. All right. If your love language is, what's the third one? I've mentioned acts of service. This person is not around to do things for you. So the baseline is that it depends on who you are. Not everybody is wired to survive long distance relationships. So you need to ask yourself if you're that kind of person that can survive a long distance relationship. Some people are not wired. Some people can handle it well. Many people can't handle it well. For many people, out of sight is out of mind. So be sure that is what you can handle. So those are my two reasons for not being such a big fan. All right. But this doesn't mean it doesn't work. There are people that handle it. I've seen people that have done it well. I've seen a lot of people also that made a mess of it. But we'll get down into it as we go. So now, how many types of long distance relationships do we have? All right. I think there are majorly three types that I want to discuss. Types of long distance relationships. So number one is when we meet from a distance. This is I met you online, or I met you anyhow, but we've never known each other physically. The whole relationship from beginning has been from a distance. So that's one, meet from a distance, kind of long distance relationship. Second long distance relationship is meet, then later become distant. So this means I've known you from when we were young or something. I've known you've been friends before, when classmates in school, we were classmates in university, in college or something. We've known each other before, and then we now become distant, and then the relationship starts. Please take note. We didn't date even when we knew. We're just classmates, schoolmates, just casual friends. And later, something evolves out of it. So that's second kind of long distance relationships. The third one is that we were actually dating. We've been in a relationship together for a while, or been married physically for a while. Then we go on. Somebody goes for school or goes abroad first or something. Then the distance starts. Those are three types, okay? Three different types of long distance relationships. And they all have their different pros and cons. All right? So number one, we meet from a distance. Number two, we knew each other before the distance and before the relationship. And number three, we were actually dating or married, already married. Then the distance came. All of them are hard, okay? All of them are hard. And they all need a lot of work. So how can I handle a long distance relationship if I'm already in one or I'm considering going into one? What are the things I need to do? It can be done if you're ready to put in the work, all right? I usually say long distance relationships are not for boys, they are for men. They're not for girls, they are for women. This means you must have a greater stamina, you must be stronger, all right? You must be stronger. So that's what I'm saying. You need to examine yourself to know if it's something you can do. Don't go and break somebody's heart. Don't just put somebody on the spot or, start something and not finish it. The Bible talks about always counting the cost before you start to build a building. So what are some of the things you need to do if you have a long distance relationship and both of you want to work it right? So number one is that both of you must agree to put in the work. All right? You must both be clear about this is going to be hard. You must both be clear about this is going to be different. This is not normal relationship. This is distance. So there's going to be strain. So are we ready to put in the work? And apart from asking your partner or talking about it, even check their body language if they look like the kind of person that has the stamina. Don't fool yourself and think, I hope all things will work. All right? So that's number one. Number two, communication. Communication. You can't attempt a long distance relationship if you don't have good communication skills. If you are not committed to communication. What does this mean? The only way to bridge the gap in a long distance relationship is communication. You must be willing to keep in touch. This means you guys need to have fixed times that you must call each other. All right? Now, if both of you agree daily, that's fine. If you want once in 2 days, that's fine. But you must have agreed calling times and patterns. You can't leave it to chance. Why am I saying this? Because there's a high chance you guys might even have different time zones and things like that. You can't leave communicating to convenience. These are the things that make long distance relationship look tricky. These are things that make it hard. You can't leave communication to convenience. So you must decide. We're going to talk at least every day. If I say, I'm not the kind of person that can talk every day, I'm too busy or whatever, that's great. Can we agree? You see, life is about negotiation. For us as counselors, we tell people don't even focus on compromise, focus on negotiation. There are two different things. Compromise means somebody's going to be upset or is going to give up something. Negotiation is, let's find a way both of us will win. So I can't call every day. Can we chat on one day and call the next day? If that's what we can agree. Can we call once in 3 days? Whatever both of you can agree, okay? Now, don't impose. Some of you like to talk every day. Some other people can't handle it, to be honest. Some people, when I was in a relationship, I couldn't handle talking every day, as in calling every day. I have very limited words. I even save my gist to when I can see her, because if it's more awkward if she's around and I have no gist. So I save my gist when I can meet my fiancée then, which is my wife now. All right. So know people's stamina. Don't tell you call me every day and the guy doesn't, he can't even call every week. So agree on something once a day, every day, or once in 2 days, or even once in 3 days. I think anything longer than that is getting a bit too long for a distance relationship. I think it's too long. But they are weird. There are people that agree once a week. Both of them maybe are okay with that. That's fine. But I think anything outside once in 3 days is getting much. Now, if we say we can't call every day, can we chat at least, keep in touch every day? So hey, check up with you. How you doing, baby? What's up? What's up? Chat. Where am I going? Blah blah blah. So decide on communication. Fixed time, fixed patterns of communication. This must be adhered to. And when one party is constantly breaking that agreement for reasons that are not strong, okay? Not that if they genuinely had an exam or genuinely preparing for an exam or an impromptu emergency, that's fine. But if you see that they're coming up with excuses every time, breaking the pattern and the agreement of communication, that is the sign you need that this can't work. Okay? So fixed time and pattern of communication, then commitment to communication, because remember you're in different time zones. It means energy levels will be different. Somebody's just waking up, somebody's just sleeping. You must keep the energy. This is the commitment. So this is why I'm saying I'm not a big fan, but if you want to go into it, you must be ready to do these things. This commitment of keeping that communication. All right, always calling. These calls will include audio calls, video calls, chat messages. Communication must be going on. Okay, so you can't be lazy. You can't be lazy with communication. I want to do long distance relationship. You can't be a person that says I don't have the energy to talk. You have to keep this up. This is what you agreed to. All right, keep it going. Very, very important. Okay, number three, transparency. If you're going to do long distance relationships, trust is usually a big issue. Trust is usually a big issue. It just happens. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. I've canceled people that are in it. Trust is usually a big issue. In fact, in most cases that I've had to be involved with, there was always a story of another guy, another girl. So transparency, if you're going to manage long distance relationships, work extra hard at transparency. This means even when nobody is asking you, do video calls. Let your partner see where you are and who you are with. All right. Let them even talk to your friends. Say, hey, greet my friend. Let them know who are the people you're always with or you're closest to, and they should have those people's contact. So that we need to reach just one, say, hey, where's John? Or hey, where's Jane? They should be able to reach your friends and ask of you if your phone is not going or whatever, or to confirm stylishly, to confirm if you are where you said you are going. And don't feel bad about this. Look, when you're building trust, scrutiny is important. You see, people don't trust you because you ask them to trust you. You earn trust. That's how it works. So people trust you because you have a track record of trust. So it's okay for them to scrutinize you or to confirm or to cross-check some of the facts you're saying. If you have nothing to hide, you won't have any issue with being double-checked or cross-checked. People that are touchy about being cross-checked or double-checked usually have something to hide, okay? So transparency, go out of your way to give account. Basic things, you are somewhere, just do video calls. Oh, this is where I'm with my friends, or we're here, went to visit the people. Give updates. Even if you can't make calls, give chat. Keep communication going. Things, you see, other voices begin to talk to your partner when your voice is absent. Eve fell into sin because Adam was not speaking. So the serpent was speaking. If Adam was there also to speak, when the serpent would have said, oh, if you eat it, you'll be like God, Adam would have said it's not true. Do you get this? So when you keep quiet, you allow other voices, either other voices of somebody of the opposite sex or other voices of Satan himself who will be there. All right. So please, very important, transparency. So I've mentioned do video calls, give minute by minute updates where you are. Just don't assume any information is irrelevant. No. You go and buy something Friday there. Oh, I'm at the shop, I'm at Apple shop, put it there. Just there's no irrelevant information. Just keep that up to date. Okay. All right. And you must be able to break out of your busy schedule to quickly reply. Don't say, oh, had a busy day. No. Nobody's that busy. Nobody's that busy. Even the president of America, is in touch with his wife. The president of America that is almost like the president of the world, one of them still had a girlfriend. So, hey, you can't be that busy, okay? To come up briefly and send a message or make one quick call and say, hey, baby, I can't talk so long now. I just have to check up on you. Those are the things you must do. You are the one that's signing for long. Don't look at me like that. You're the one that's signing for long-term relationship. Do the work. Okay. All right. So those are the things. All right. Now, point number 4. If you're going to do long-distance relationships, you must have shared activities. You must have shared activities. That's the only way you bridge this gap. All right. Because you're trying to simulate what people that are together will do. So you must have shared activities. This is how you will not miss the person being around physically. This is how it will not take a toll on you. Now, whether you're single or married, this is important. You must have shared activities. All right. What does this mean? Things we do together. That can include reading books. In fact, I interviewed a couple. You see the video on my YouTube channel. I interviewed a couple, young couple that had a long distance relationship, and they said that the fiancé, the lady, actually reads the whole book to the guy. I mean, they do a book study together where the lady reads the whole book and the guy listens to the whole book. They read the book together. That's a shared activity. It looks like a small thing, but it's building both of you up. It's creating a bond. Shared activities, all right? And beyond that, these activities are also building you. So it's powerful. People fall in love, to whom they pray, with whom they pray, and for whom they pray. So activities like that build you up. Read the book together. Pray together. Very important. And I know most of my audience are Christians, but if you're not a Christian, hey, you might find something else to do. But if you're a Christian, definitely pray together. Definitely. Don't just spend the whole time gisting. Don't just spend the whole time talking about things that don't matter. Pray together. People fall in love to whom they pray, with whom they pray, and for whom they pray. Okay, so pray together, shared activities. On that shared activity, you can do devotionals. They love good devotionals online. YouVersion and the rest. Devotionals for those preparing for marriage. Devotionals for about premarital sex. Devotionals. So you can do something, a shared activity that you can keep track of. All right, very important. Interestingly, you can even watch movies together. So both of you today, thank God for the online platforms for movies. So today you can say, let's watch this movie, and the person's on that side, you're on this side, you're both watching. And you're both commenting. You can do it. Interestingly, it's amazing. You see, you are conscious about bridging the gap. Because what you're about to do is tough. So you are conscious about bridging the gap. And when you do this so well, this is why even when both of you live together, the bond is formed. Do you know a large number of distance relationships don't make it when they now both come together? Because they've built a system and a lifestyle outside of each other that they find it awkward to now live with each other. That's what statistics say. Statistics says that, I don't know, it's 40 or 50% or 60% of relationships that were done over a distance, when they are together, they break up after 4 months. That's what the statistics says. Why? Because they are not used to living together. They've built a system and a life of being apart. Trust me, living apart is a style. So by the time somebody's in your face every day, somebody's now in your face every day, you now find out it's difficult. In fact, during COVID, a lot of marriages were in crisis. A lot of marriage divorce rates was going up. People were wondering why. Because there was no more distractions. All the things that used to distract the husband and the wife that didn't make them spend time together were now out. No more work, no more church, nothing else. So they had each other stuck in the house. They found that they couldn't live with each other. Divorce rates went up in every country, or in most countries, all right? So we can even watch movies together. You're bridging the gap. Watch movies together, laugh together, comment on the movies together. You're watching, he's watching there, you are watching there. Okay? You plan all those things. And you build, have a lot of shared activities. You're going for a walk in your own neighborhood, put on the phone, put on the video, let the person just talk to you as you're going to walk. You're doing this a shared activity. You can even do exercises together. If both of you exercise people, you can do a workout together. There are many things. You play a video, both of you work out to it. I mean, there are so many things you can do. The point is do shared activities, okay? And number 5, develop discipline. You need discipline. You cannot do long distance relationships without discipline. If you are going to build a long distance relationship, both of you must have stamina, must have character. If you are those kind of people that fall in love with whoever is around you part time, long distance relationship is not for you. You need to end that relationship now before you make a mess of yourself. Because and I know people that's who they are. They fall in love with whoever is around them part time. They have not taken time to ever develop discipline or character and stamina, but they want to enter a long distance relationship. It's a no-no. It's a no-no. There are some people with you not because they love you, but because they're tired of being alone. There's some people that are with you not because they love you, because they don't want to be alone. So people like this, by the time you are out of the environment physically and there's somebody else giving them attention, they start developing feelings. So hey, if you're going to do a long distance relationship, be sure that you have the discipline for it. This means you can't give other people your number. You can't keep chatting with other girls or other boys. You can't go out with other people. You see, you're already taken. So you can't say, oh, my fiancé is not here, but I'm going to go on a date with somebody else just to keep it company. No. Or you're going on a school prom or whatever it is, a school event, and everybody's bringing a date. You will go alone, bring your phone, and you will put the person on the phone or go with somebody of the same sex. You see, this is what you have committed to. Don't look at me like that. You're the one that say you want to do long distance relationship. This is what you committed to. So you can't be unfaithful. I see many people that are unfaithful from relationship level. You will also be unfaithful in marriage. So you can't take on that person of the opposite sex to the date. No. If all your friends are bringing a date, you bring your phone and you put your friend on Zoom or whatever, and you participate or FaceTime, whatever it is, and the person is there. Now, if you want to bring a physical person, let it be somebody of the same sex, or your brother or sister, Known one or not cousin. Brother, blood brother, same mother, same father. Not even step brother. Discipline, all right? Because some people, out of sight is out of mind. Once their loved one or their beloved is not around, their eyes start straying. If you don't have that discipline, be honest with yourself, be truthful to yourself and say, hey, I can't do this. Okay? I've counseled a lot of people, it's really dramatic. Faithfulness is an issue with long distance relationships. Okay? Very, very important. So if your love languages involve things that usually is done more physically, find a way to bridge the gap. I heard somebody say that she was a woman was in a long distance marriage, and I think her husband's love language is touch. So she takes his clothes and wears them and hugs the clothes and sends him pictures of it and he say where he is, he feels the love. See, they're just trying to bridge the gap. You're going to put in that effort. That's what it means. You are going to put in that effort. If your fiancés or partners or even husband or wife, because there are even some married people in long distance relationships, you must bridge that gap. That's what I'm saying. It takes discipline, it takes work. And the last thing for dealing with long distance relationships, there must be a planned end to the distance. There must be a planned end to the distance. Many people enter long distance relationships indefinitely. Please don't do that. All right? Because before you know it, it begins to span 2 years, 3 years. No, a long distance relationship, averagely should not more than a year max. Anything getting more than a year, you are building a system that is not even real. You are getting used to not living with each other. By the time both of you come together, you might not be able to even live together for even 1 week. I'm telling you, this are the stats. The stats says it's not good for people that have done relationship over a distance and come together. They are so not used to having the person in their space. Trust me, phone calls are not the same as having somebody in your space 24 hours, 7 days a week. When you're chatting, you can write LOL, laugh out loud, even if you're not laughing at all. But when you're with the person, it's a different ballgame. So let it be a planned end. I don't end in more than 1 year. Be careful of it. You want to travel abroad, all those kind of things, please. If you're married, if you're already married, if your marriage is not strong, don't attempt. Don't put that pressure on your marriage. Think twice about it. All right? Very, 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 very important. So let it be a planned end. If we're starting this thing, when are we likely to be able to be together permanently? When are we likely to do that? All right? Don't separate your family. Marriage and relationship were designed from beginning for proximity, for man and woman to be together. All right? To get warm, to hug, to kiss, to have children. You can't have children over the internet. All right? You can have children over the internet. So those are the things that will help you in your long distance relationship. So hey, think twice about it and see if it's the kind of thing that you want to do. Can I pray for you for 1 minute? Father, I pray for everybody here at the brink or at the point of deciding whether they should do a long distance relationship or not. Lord, I ask for clarity. Speak to them. Let them know exactly what you will have them to do in this exact situation. And I pray for the person that is already in one. Father, give them the strength to be faithful, the strength to do it right in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for your name will be glorified in this marriage and this relationship. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you, guys. Hey, don't forget, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to our other channels. And if you need counseling or you need any of our products, go to our website, go to my our profile pages and be a part of those things. All right. Look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you.